What's going on, guys? Jay here with Lifestyle Finance. In this video, we're going to be talking about credit cards because everyone needs one, in my opinion. They have so much benefits to categories, cashback, travel miles. So growing up, I always believed that credit cards were bad for you based on my parents' experience with getting into debt, not paying their credit cards off. Well, I wish someone would show me this earlier and show me the advantage to actually using credit cards the right way and paying off your balances. Yeah, look at me now. First benefit we'll be talking about is cashback, because everyone loves cashback, right? I mean, we definitely want to save on a daily basis. So any credit card can give you 5% cash back on your daily expenses such as gas, groceries, consumer, retail. Some credit cards like Chase, they have 5% categories where the month of the category could be on gas or simply like Target or Amazon. So if you pay like $100 in gas, you get 5% back. 5% back of $100 is $5. I mean, who doesn't want free cash, right? Also, shopping at like Target or Amazon, when you don't have their own personal credit card, you can use your Chase category and you get cash back on that. So simple as that. You could use this cashback too as a form of statement credit to pay off your balances, or you could directly put it back in your bank account, which is awesome, right? Just in case you need some extra cash. Second perk of having a credit card. I swear, I wish I knew this at the time when I was always paying for car insurance, because if you fill out car insurance, they ask you if you want roadside assistance, and you're always like, yeah, like why would I not want roadside assistance, right, when you need it? Well, credit cards, actually some credit cards offer you roadside assistance for free with the credit card, so you don't have to pay a monthly basis such as your car insurance. So when next time you get car insurance and it says if you want roadside assistance, you could actually decline that and get a credit card, and some credit cards such as MasterCards offer roadside assistance. Back with the credit card, you just call the number, and there's usually a category that says if you need roadside assistance, you dial that number and send you directly to a customer rep, and you just tell them, hey, I locked myself out of my car, or I need a tow, or I need some gas. And basically they'll get your information, get your credit card account, and send a tow truck your way, whatever you need. Isn't that awesome? I was like mind blown when I seen this. In order to use a roadside assistance, all you gotta do is call behind the credit card. Hey, yeah, it's me. I locked myself out again. Yeah, I'm the same customer that locked himself out last week. Just give them a call and they'll be right there to help you. There's also some influencers that do credit card churning. Credit card churning is basically signing up for a card just to get the bonus miles and using the bonus miles and then canceling the card and then go from the next card. I don't do it, but I know some people that do, to their advantage. I mean, hey, free trip, why not? The cards I usually go for are sign-up bonuses, because I mean, say you got like an expense that you want to buy, like a laptop, a computer, or even like auto repairs. I would look for like something that I'm already gonna buy or spend, right? So for instance, when I signed up for the American Express card, they had if you spend $3,000 in 6 months, which it's awesome because usually some cards only give you 3 months. This one gave me 6 months, and I had a big expense already coming, so I applied for it. Well, if I spent the $3,000 on this credit card, I would get $300 back. I mean, that's literally 10% back. Why would I not take advantage of that? Especially when I have to buy something already, right? So sign-up bonuses is awesome if you're looking for a credit card. So I know Citi has them, Chase has them, American Express has them. So yeah, if that's what you want and use the advantage and you got like a big expense coming up, then I would definitely look for sign-up bonuses on credit card. The way I used my credit card too is when I travel. And you know how you rent a car and they ask you if you want insurance on your card? Well, a lot of people don't know this, but your credit cards, most credit cards, such as MasterCard, and I know some Visas do it, if you could decline that insurance on the rental that you're doing or using, and actually put your credit card and purchase it, and your credit card automatically will give you up to $50,000 in liability insurance. I mean, they clearly don't tell you this because they don't want people to be using this all the time, because that much coverage could be really expensive to the company. But I mean, why would you not use it, right? So you don't have to pay insurance daily fee for the car rentals, because I mean, come on, car rentals are crazy right now, and especially on their fees. If there's one less fee that you can not have to pay for, that's awesome in my book. So definitely use that and looking what credit cards offer that. Oh yeah, and when you get your credit card, it's funny. There's one time where I was taking this trip, and they're like, "Do you want car insurance with your rental, sir?" And I'm like, "No, I got a credit card." And the guy tried to look at me like, "Oh dang, he knows about that." But it was funny because he was like, "Are you sure you want to use their credit card insurance? Because sometimes they don't back you up in certain situations." Like, he tried to talk me out of it, and I'm like, in my head, like, "No, I'm sure. I actually read about it." Like, I didn't tell him, but I was like, "No, I'm confident. I'll use my credit card, but thank you, appreciate it." Another advantage using credit cards when you travel is they also don't tell you this, so look into your credit card and see which one offers this that you're gonna apply for. But you know how you book a trip, and on the bottom it says too if you want cancellation insurance. Well, a lot of credit cards offer, I don't think Citi does this anymore, but you should double check. But I know some Visa, MasterCards offer cancellation up to $1,000 cancellation fees. So if, for instance, you book a trip, put it on your credit card, because they will have your back 100% of the time if you can't make it to that trip. For instance, like if you get ill, or if there's a situation where you can't make it, just call your credit card company and just tell them the situation, talk to them and say, "I can't make my trip, can I cancel it?" And they should be pretty convenient with you and cancel that trip and give you your money back. I mean, you can't do that with cash, so why not book your trips with credit cards? I know my Costco City card has 0 foreign fees, so that's a card I use too when I travel. I use my City card because they don't charge me 1%, 2%, 3% on foreign fees, which is awesome because traveling alone is expensive. So if you can use a credit card that doesn't charge you any fees, and I mean, there's not a lot, but the City card does, so that's awesome. That's another thing to look at if you're trying to apply for a card for travel. So another awesome perk to know about a credit card that a lot of people don't know, but if you pay your monthly bill, your cell phone monthly bill with your credit card, a lot of credit cards offer regular phone insurance, so you don't need to pay your insurance through your wireless company. You literally get free insurance with your credit card as long as you pay your monthly bill with the credit card that offers cell phone insurance. And you say you lose it, or you break it, or it's stolen, you can literally call your credit card company and make a claim. I think some credit cards vary on how much they give you back, but I know the kind of average is like about $1,000, and you can make like, I think 1 or 2 claims a year on it. And I mean, that's not like a lot of claims, but I know the standard wireless company, you could only make 3 claims per year, so it's not that much of a difference. And on top of that, you're not paying for this cell phone insurance. You get it for free just for having their credit card. I mean, why would you not take advantage of that? That's another awesome advantage with having a credit card. But just remember, you got to pay your monthly bill with that credit card in order to make a claim against it if you lose it or it's stolen. Ooh, another huge benefit of using a credit card is when you buy expensive products, you must use a credit card, because I mean, the standard store, return, I think it's like 30 days, right? Some stores are 2 weeks. But if you buy it with a credit card, a lot of credit cards have repair warranties, so it goes beyond the retail warranty. So you definitely want to put on it, if you're buying an expensive thing, on a good credit card. So your credit card could replace that item that you purchased, such as my microphone or the guitar. If I purchase it with a credit card, they could replace it after a year or extend the consumer's warranty. The one I recommend, I mean, I'm sure there's others, but every time I buy an expensive item, I like to use my American Express, because their warranty service on stuff you buy it is awesome. And if you're interested in getting American Express, down below I'll have my American Express referral link. I get money back, you get money back signing up with my referral link. It's a win-win situation. So if you want to check it out, the American Express, and you're interested, definitely click on the link and check it out. And in my opinion, I would try to get a credit card as soon as I can. Minimum requirement is 18 years of age. You fill out application, give them your correct address so you can get your card delivered to you. And then they ask you your income on how much you make. You could put as your own discretion, sole discretion on how much you make. You could kind of go above a little bit. I wouldn't go crazy saying I make over 250,000 because maybe they're gonna be like, okay, we need to see some paperwork. But yeah, I mean, the average household makes 50,000. You can start from there. And it's good to put a higher income than what you make usually, because you have a higher chance of getting the card than putting something that you make 15,000, because yeah, credit cards kind of look at income like that a little bit risky. So yeah, definitely want to do your little research before you actually apply for a credit card, and start as soon as you can, and be disciplined, because credit cards could go both ways. It could help you significantly in life, and it could drag you down the rabbit hole in a really bad way. So definitely do your research, definitely be disciplined, pay off your balance. Number one rule, always pay off your balance. Never carry a balance from 1 month to another month, because if you say, hey, I'm gonna pay only half of that, remember they have this hidden interest that I had experienced the hard way. So if you pay half, say 2,000, you pay 1,000 only, and you carry that balance to the next month, and you're like, oh, I'll just pay it next month, it's fine. Okay, so say you pay it off the next month, they're gonna hit you the following month with this extra interest. I forgot what it's called, but the interest is basically, since you've been dragging it out between 2 months, they charge you another interest on top of that. So just remember that. Only spend what you can afford on your credit card and pay off the balance every time. But don't let this scare you away. I mean, you're obviously looking at this channel, you're obviously subscribed, hopefully. You're made it this far in this video because you're not lazy, you're not stubborn to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna ring up $5,000 in credit and I'll be fine. No, obviously you have confidence in yourself, you'll pay off your credit cards, you'll go from 0 to hero, and yeah, you should be fine. Just follow these steps and you'll be on a great credit score, and oh my god, the benefits of great credit score is awesome. Okay, now the juicy part, how do I build my credit? So I told you all the benefits of the credit cards. Let's get you on to step 2. I get you one so you can use it to your advantage. So if you don't have a good credit score, you barely started off, you apply to some credit cards, they're not giving you. The number one step to go to is called a secured credit card. So there's 2 companies that I know offer this. This one I personally use when I started my credit score is Capital One Secured Platinum MasterCard. If you actually go on their website, you could see if you're pre-approved, but it's a secured card. Basically, you're putting your own money into it. So I don't see why you would not be approved unless you got like a bankruptcy. I mean, you could probably talk to them and see what's going on. But usually 99% of the time you could get this. So you basically, there's a minimum deposit of $49, $99, or $200. Whatever you put out of your own pocket will start you with that credit line. So for instance, if you deposit $200 into the Platinum Secured Card, you will start with $200 credit line. So yes, that's your own money, and it's a bummer that they're not matching you or giving you extra money. But if you're trying to build your credit score, I mean, I think it's the awesome way to go, because it basically, you take it more serious when it's your own money. So you deposit and it's your own personal credit card. I mean, there's no added benefits to this, but they could increase your credit line and deposit their own money into your credit line. So for instance, if you're doing good, I mean, I don't know how much credit line they can give you, but they'll give you more than what your 200 you started with. So yeah, make your payments on time, be responsible with that credit card, and you'll be in no time to high credit score, and you can apply for other credit card. Now, if that sounds good to you to get a Capital One credit card, secured card, I left links in them below. It's easier for you to fill out application. You can look at the benefits and see if you want to go with that card. There's no extra fees you gotta pay or nothing. It's just basically a referral link. It helps me out and helps you out. Check it out. And if you don't like the option Capital One, since it's a MasterCard, there's another option. It's called a Discover It secured card. Personally, I didn't get it, but I know it's a popular option because it gives you 1% cash back on top of what you're buying. But the only thing with this card is they don't have a low minimum to start with. You got to pay $200 of your own money to make a deposit into the card. But like I said, the added benefit to this is you get 1% cash back on everything you spent. So for instance, if you have if you do the $200 minimum fee and you spent, I don't know, like $100, you're getting 1% cash back on that. I know it doesn't sound like a lot. I mean, any cash back, honestly, in this world is awesome. So if you want to go with that, a little bit different than a Capital One. I know Capital One, after 6 months, they review your account to see how you're doing, and they could, at their own discretion, give you a credit increase. Discover, they do the same thing, but instead of 6 months, it's 8 months, which is still not bad. The awesome part about this, that if you do really good and you make on-time payments and you don't go over your balance, they could actually upgrade your secure credit card to a personal credit card, which opens way more opportunities than having a secure credit card. On top of that, it could open a higher credit limit for you. So definitely check that out. If you don't like the Capital One, Discover a secure credit card is a good way to go too. Lastly, since we're talking about building credit, man, I'll tell you my mistake. So there's this credit card called Credit One Bank, and I don't know, it's funny because they kind of look like Capital One, right? So if you're not highly experienced in credit cards and you're like just trying to get a credit card, this company will eat you like a vulture. Like, oh my God, like they will send you freaking free credit cards and be like, hey, sign up with us, and you know, it's like a deposit too. But oh my God, like I had a really bad experience with them, and they charge you fees for everything, like hidden fees too. They're not real direct with what they're charging you, and it's kind of hard to like close an account with them. My personal experience, I had them for a really long time, and I made the mistake of opening an account with them, and I was so diverse about closing an account with them because I had them for a while. So I'm like, oh, do I really want to close this account? Because you know that's having long-term account openings is awesome too on your credit score. But they're charging me an annual fee of $100, and this card was not giving me cash back as other cards. They're just basically saying like, hey, you got to pay us $100 to keep this card open. And I don't know, like for instance, like I saw no benefit to them, so I called them and I was like, hey, you know, I'm not really satisfied with my credit card, I want to close the account. And they will come at you with a tempting deal and be like, oh, you know, what's the issue? And they will give you a higher credit limit. They'll offer you a higher credit limit. So I know in my situation, I had a $500 credit limit, and they're like, oh, we'll give you $2,000 credit limit. You know, will that, you know, help you out? And I mean, like, it's hard. Like at the time, I was doing fine, so I had higher credit cards, and so I was kind of like, $1,500 more, that's not a big deal. But there's people, you know, that are kind of like, oh, you know, they're gonna give me $1,500 more for free. Like that's tempting, right? Especially, I don't know your situation, or at the time, you know, some people are kind of like, yeah, cool, like I'll just keep it. But in the long run, it's not really beneficial, and their fees are crazy high. I think mine was like 28% that I got charged APR on the credit card, and if you don't pay that on time, like that just adds up. Top of that, you got to pay an annual fee, which is, in my opinion, it's not worth it, especially for what they offer. So yeah, if you could avoid Credit One Bank, I mean, my opinion, I would avoid them. If you already have them, use your best actions to avoid paying them any interest. And as soon as you can get like a better credit card, or if you want to go to Capital One or Discover Security Card, I would cancel Credit One and just stay with those banks that are more known and just don't have any hidden fees or annual fees. So now we got our credit card in the mail. So now what? So we got to follow these 5 monthly goals in order to maintain our credit score, or to put our credit score at a higher level. Goal 1, never carry a balance on your credit card. If you make a $500 purchase on your credit card, pay it as soon as you can or on the due date. And if, for instance, you miss a late payment and you get charged a $39 fee, credit card companies have this thing where it's called a grace period. So you basically, all you got to do is call them and be like, hey, sorry, missed payment. I couldn't make it on time because I didn't have the fees. Well, most credit card companies will give you a courtesy grace period. Well, they'll reverse the late fee and it won't hamper your credit. So remember to call them if you ever run into a late fee. So goal number 1 is super important because this makes 35% of your entire credit score. So it's a big one. So definitely try not to carry a balance over and pay it in full if you can. So if you don't think you can, do not purchase a big expense because it will give you interest on that. So remember, 35% is big, so definitely never carry a balance paid in full. Goal number 2, utilization rate. So utilization rate is basically how much credit you have open to yourself. So say for instance, I got $50,000 in open credit. In order to get a really good credit score, you want to try not to go above 10%. So since I have $50,000 in available credit, I try not to go above $5,000, which is 10% of my total credit. Some recommendations say to stay below at least 30%, but if you're really trying to get an awesome score, try to stay below 10%. So it comes with a secure credit card. If you only put $100 on a secure credit card, 10% of that is gonna be $10. So try to stay between $5 and $10 each month. I know it's not a lot, so if you're expected to use this as a groceries credit card, then I would definitely put more than $100 to start with. And remember, goal number 2, utilization rate makes 30% of your total credit report, aka total credit score. So remember that. Do not try to fluctuate with this too much because it is a huge chunk of your credit score. And these are top installment loans. There's personal loan if you're trying to borrow cash to buy something, car payment loan, a mortgage loan for your house, or even student loans to finance your education. Those are types of installment loans. And revolving credit is basically the credit cards you have in your wallet. So this category is important, but it only makes 10% of your total credit score. So not a really big deal, but make sure that you only open what you need. Get like a big step in this because it's only 10% of your credit score. So goal number 4 for us is to check on and limit how much inquiries you have on your credit report. So this goal only captures 10% of your total credit score, but it's an important one as well because anytime you apply for credit, such as a car payment or a personal loan or credit card, every company that checks your credit, they give you an inquiry on your credit report. So these credit inquiries stay on your record for 2 years. So try to be careful for how much things you apply to. But like a car or apply for a credit card, or if you're trying to get a mortgage, some lenders do try to check your credit score as much as possible. But since these have their own categories, if you have 10 credit checks for a car, your credit report will basically put it in its own category. So I'll count it as one because, they get that you're trying to shop for a car, and sometimes lenders like to run your report a lot. And last goal 5 to maintain in your credit score is age of history. So basically, this is how long you had your credit cards for. So since you're kind of starting off fresh, don't worry about it too much. But within a year, you could have a score of 700 or more. But if you want to get something 750 to 800, it's going to take you a few years to capture. And goal 5 is 15% of your total credit. So this one is important. So if you have old credit cards, just try to keep them. If they're not dampering you, use them once a month for like minimum $5 or $1. As long as you use them, the credit card companies will keep them open. So keep that in thought. Okay, awesome. So that's the 5 goals of having a credit score. So now that we know the 5 goals, how do we keep in check with our credit score? Well, what I personally use is Credit Karma. I'm not sponsored by them, but it's just a free credit report to look at, and it doesn't check your credit with a hard inquiry. It does a soft inquiry, so you don't have to worry about a hard inquiry at all, and it checks it on a daily basis. It only has 2 right now. It's Equifax and TransUnion, but those alone will give you a good idea of what your credit score is. Also, you could check Experian.com, and that will give you your Experian credit score. So if you follow all these steps and goals on a monthly basis, after 6 months, you should be at a credit score that you want to be at. So 750. And if you want to try for the 800 score, which is basically just a flex, you would have to incorporate these goals your entire life. Honestly, with a credit score of 700 to 750, you'll get the best interest rates possible in credit cards as well. So if you like what you heard and appreciate the information, I'd appreciate it if you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.